Think. How think? Ask you.
How do you think? सर आपकी आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रही मुझे ना.
1 second.
Okay.
Is it fine now?
Yes, fine.
Is it fine now?
Yes, sir.
So if I'm asking, like, how do you think, like, these problems, the problems we already have discussed in the last session, like, how do
Yes.
you think these problems can be solved?
Can
If
you
I ask
solve?
you, like, what do you think? Like, we have a problem, like, in my society, I have seen a lot of people over here. They are facing problem because there is a generation gap. The
Right.
ages, the old people are facing problem. So if I ask you, okay, you tell me, like,
Mm-hmm.
what are the ways, like, wherein we can, we can solve the problem. So what you can say? So you can say like this: they are too effective. See, you can see it is just I'm trying to give you the
Mm-hmm. Idea.
perspective. So obviously, end of the day, you have to see the recording, you have to listen the recording, and you can make your
Right.
own right.
Right. Right.
I would say here, there are two factors. There are two effective solution because I'm asking to you, like, what do you think this problem can be solved? So I can say like
Right.
there are two effective ways. There are two
There
effective
are two
solution basically.
effective
There are two effective
solutions.
solutions for these problems because there can be a four effective ways to sort out the problem. There can be one major ways wherein we can sort out the problem, but you can make your own sense, right? So you can say like
Right,
there are two
sir.
effective solutions for these problems.
Mm-hmm.
First, basically the first factor should be a government. The government. Okay. What we'll say over here, the government should develop a efficient public transport system so that people can avoid using their own vehicle. Okay, there is some different things. Okay, so what you can say like this, there are two effective solutions for this problem. The first is government should participate. The government
Government
it
should participate.
and
Right.
organize. We have to use these words and organize the conference. Conference in terms of what? Like there should be a meeting. There should we have to organize a meeting. We have to organize the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so basically we have to organize a meeting
Mm-hmm.
between the young age, between the young
Yeah,
age
right, right.
and
Between the young
the because
age.
it is just we have to come back with a solution. So we have to
Right.
organize a meeting between the young age and the old age. I
And
think
all
that
that.
you can say like this. I think that there is a generation gap. There is always a generation gap. There's always a generation gap. So we have to eradicate, we have to think forward. Think forward. We have to think forward in order to we have to think forward in
Yeah.
order to eradicate. Eradicate is to finish, right? Eradicate these type the gap. So what I'm saying over here is like how do you think this problem can be solved? You can say like this, there are two effective solutions for this problem. Okay. The first, the government should participate and organize the conference, and we have to. Okay, sorry.
Eradicate.
We have
The
to
government.
organize the meeting between the young age and the old age. I think
Right.
that there is always a generation gap, and we have to think forward in order to eradicate the gap.
Right.
Is that clear to you?
Right,
Yeah.
sir.
Or you can make your own way also, right? So if
Right.
I asked you, for example, if I'm asking for pollution now, if I'm asking
Right.
for pollution now, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if I asked you like what you think how the like we are using private vehicles, we are using
Mm-hmm.
private vehicles rather public transport. we are using private vehicles rather, or either कुछ भी, anything. Like we are using private vehicles instead of public transport. Instead, public transport. You know what is public transport? Public transport, we have a bus, trains, right? Government buses. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? Like why people are using private vehicles? Because I think that if you're using private vehicles, right? So it is a major problem. Is a major problem wherein the pollution is increasing day by day. So what you think to sort out this? What you think like how this problem can be solved? If I ask to you, if I ask you, what you
Uh-huh.
think these
Okay.
problems can
Wait.
be solved? Okay, like how the traffic congestion, the traffic congestion. I'm asking for traffic congestion. I can ask for pollution. So how you encounter these type of questions? Okay, again you can say like this. There are many ways. Yeah, or either you can say like this. There are two effective ways. There are two effective uh,
Wait.
ways. Or either you can say like this. There are two effective solution for these problems. Either you can say there are many ways where we have to come out with the solution, like we have to what is this, okay? So there are two effective ways for what I would say, uh, there are two
For
effective
avoiding the
ways
pollution.
for 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 this problem, for controlling the solution. Very good. There are two effective ways, there are two effective solutions for this problem. You can say like this for these problems. Yeah, my first effective ways is government, always government, right?
Okay.
So I will say government should develop what? Of efficient public transport. Because why I'm not using public transport. Why? I think that public transport, the bus, the railways, I think that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is not efficiently maintained, right? So that's the reason I'm using my private vehicle. Maybe there is a major stoppage of the buses, because government should organize that the way, uh, if I'm an official guy, right, I have to reach the office on time. So maybe
Right.
the bus stop at the stoppage, maybe it will take 5 minutes, 10 minutes. No, 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 I cannot take these type of things. I have to go in a private vehicle. Rather, if the pollution, I understand, because see, if we have 100 for example, आपको ना, you have to explain like this. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, because that's the reason I'm sending my recording, so that you can listen it out. Like, because you have to see, this is just like a rhythm. कि if
Right.
your examiner is asking a question to you, so you have to answer them with a rhythm. Like you should not feel very hesitate, like what I will say now. Oh, my exam is now on this date, or what he will. No, simple, like the simple way, the way you are speaking in Hindi, right? So it is
Mm-hmm.
just, you can say like this. For example, in my office, okay, if we have 100 staff, if 100 staff is
Right.
coming, nothing, or resuming the office in his vehicle, so it means we are using 100 vehicles, and the
Right.
pollution, obviously, there's a major disaster. But
Right.
instead of using the private vehicles, if the company or the organization we are working, if they will organize the the big bus for those, what I would say, the
Employees.
employees,
Employees.
so it help us to eradicate the problem. It
Right.
help us to remove the, at least in some sense, in some extent, extent,
Mm-hmm.
in some extent, we can control the pollution. I think that government should develop. Then in that way, you can say like this. I think that government should develop efficient. Government should develop efficient public transport system. Public, is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Public transport. मैं बताऊं क्या कर रहा हूँ आपको on the daily basis. What
Uh-huh.
I'm trying my best is कि you can listen it out. You can listen to me very carefully. And for this
Right.
reason, this is recorded session. So that after session, if you want to listen like 10 times, 20 times, so that you can see, you can make your grip in the same way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, sorry, spelling mistake. Efficient. Okay. So what I will
Yes,
say
sir.
over here is, okay, now efficient. Okay, that's efficient. Okay.
Hmm.
So what I'm saying is government should develop efficient public transport system,
Right.
okay, so that people can avoid using their own vehicles. So that people so that people can use, oh sorry, so that people can avoid, so that people can
People can
avoid
avoid
using their own vehicles,
using
using
them.
their own vehicles. Is that clear to you?
Right, sir.
Which will help, obviously, which will help
Will help
to reduce what? To reduce
to
the
reduce
air pollution, to reduce the, what I would say is, to reduce the pollution, to
air
reduce the air
pollution.
pollution. Is that clear to you?
Yes,
Right?
sir.
And we can say like this. Uh, Secondly, public transport must use CNG. So you can make your own sense.
Hmm.
But you can say, secondly, public transport must use CNG, which is a cleaner CNG, which is a cleaner,
Which is a
a
cleaner.
cleaner over other fuels. Obviously, which is a cleaner, or you can say like which is better than over other fuels. Rather using batcher, you can use which is a cleaner over other fuels. Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Like diesel, petrol, and that's the way wherein we can reduce the
Hmm.
pollution. Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
If I ask you, what are the reason? My next question would be, what are the reason? What are the reason basically for traffic congestion in your cities? Because they can ask if you say, I belong from Chandigarh. Yeah, I belong from
Hmm.
Chandigarh. They can ask, okay, what is the reason for traffic congestion, or the reason for traffic congestion in our cities? Yeah, in your cities. Very
Traffic
tricky question.
congestion. Congestion.
Traffic
Congestion
congestion is
is
bheed bhaad, traffic
okay.
ki,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Congestion. Okay. So you can say the reason for traffic congestion, the reason for traffic congestion in our cities are many. In our cities are many. Okay. The main reason is the higher density of population. ये आपको use करना है, you have to use this. The main
Yes, sir.
the main reason the main reason is the high the main reason is the high density the main reason is the high density of population. Is that clear to you?
Yes,
So what
sir.
I will say is the main reason is the high density of population
High
in our
density.
cities. In our cities. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
And the fact that and
Pollution.
the fact that the fact that buying a vehicle buying a vehicle
That buying a vehicle.
buying a vehicle has come with the common man's reach. Buying a vehicle, क्योंकि हर कोई अपनी व्हीकल बाय कर सकता है. So
Mm-hmm.
आप ये कह रहे हो कि हर कोई अपनी व्हीकल्स बाय कर सकता है, इवन इफ देयर इज लेबर भी अपने मोटरसाइकिल पे आती है, राइट?
Mm-hmm.
सो इन फैक्ट दैट बाइंग अ व्हीकल बहुत इजी हो गया है. दैट बाइंग अ
Mm-hmm.
व्हीकल, if I want to buy Mercedes, I can buy Mercedes. Why? Because
Yes.
I know I can
Mm-hmm.
get a loan easily and I can
Mm.
pay the installments. So
Right.
buying a vehicle is not a very challenging task nowadays. So buying a vehicle has come within the common man's reach. You have to use these type of signs within the common. लग रहा है कुछ अच्छा सुन के खुद
Hello.
अच्छा लगता है आपको, मैं तो you have to see it is just